There used to be an old guy that I knew. He always used to say, people don't have enough sense to just stay home. And I think there's a certain amount of truth to that. Whenever there's a car wreck or there's a fire, there's just always a certain amount of people that want to go out and see what's going on, kind of like ambulance chasers. Um, the same thing with those riots that have taken place in the last few years. You watch the news footage of that. There's just always a bunch of people, kind of out to try to see what's going on with that. And it's kind of the point of my video here that I want to talk about is kind of some of the things that if I witness these things, I'm just going to go home. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, where I'm at. If I'm eating something or if I'm working, I'm just gonna go home. I'm not gonna stop at the grocery store and get another bag of groceries. I'm not gonna go to the gas station and fill my tank up. I'm just gonna go home because, in my opinion, like gas stations, stores are going to become very violent, very quick. So if any of these things happen, I'm just gonna head home. Of course, the big one is a power outage. If there's a big, massive power outage, I'm just probably going to go home. Going to get in my vehicle and I'm going to head for home. Even if my vehicle doesn't work, I'm just going to grab my pack and I'm going to walk home. I'm not going to stick around and try to figure out what's going on, because in actuality, if something does happen, we're probably not going to know what's going on anyway. There's going to be no way to communicate that, and it's going to be fog of war type stuff. So just going to head home. Another thing is if all the debit and credit cards quit working. If they quit working, yep, we're going home. We're not going to stick around. Some other things would be like if all the cell phones quit working. If you can't get on the internet, like, hey, I'm looking at my phone, hey, I can't get on the internet, so I talk to somebody I'm with or who I'm working with or something, hey, can you get on the internet? No, I can't, I can't get on the internet. Well, that's going to be, kind of a flag in my mind. Hey, something's going on. We're heading home. Another thing is kind of increased military or law enforcement activity. Everybody kind of knows what the law enforcement activity and stuff is in their area, and if you see anything that's really, really heightened, yeah, that's not right. I'm gonna just head home. And the same thing, any combination of these things. So if there's all the debit cards quit working and all of a sudden you see a whole bunch of law enforcement activity around, that's kind of a big red flag. Hey, something's going on, time to head for home. And a couple things that would keep me home if I was home, or something that would cause me to cancel my plans. One is if there'd be like a big correction in the stock market, if the stock market would go down violently, suddenly, and hit the breakers in the market. The stock market has breakers in it, so if it goes down, a whole bunch in one trading session, they're going to halt trading. So if there's something like that happens, or like, again, any combinations, the stock market's going down violently and everybody's debit card quits working, I'm going to put my sandwich down and I'm going to head home. We're not sticking around and not going to be out and about when something like that happens. Another thing in the last few years that I haven't went out much during, and that's during the elections. With the political climate and stuff the way it is now, I'm not going to plan any trips to the big city on or around elections. I'm just going to kind of stay to the homestead, kind of lay low, because if anything happens, somebody doesn't like the outcome of a certain election somewhere, I think things might be kind of prone for some type of civil unrest. I'm just going to kind of stick around the homestead. But just different things like this, heightened military activity, the power goes out and all of a sudden you see a bunch of helicopters flying around, stuff that just isn't normal. If anything like this happens, I'm just going to kind of head for home, kind of, I guess you'd call it a bug-in plan. I'm just going to head home and lay low. But these are just some of the things that I'm going to look for in case something's going down, some signals and kind of flags if I see anything. But anyway, just kind of wanted to discuss this stuff with you guys today. This is Modern Refugee. You guys have a great day.